Hello everyone! I have a very special fountain pen for you today. This is the Sailor Fude de Mannen, the fountain pen which you can get on Amazon for an excellent price. What makes this fountain pen so unique? Well, it has a bent nib, which might seem like it's broken. Naturally, the nib is made like this on purpose, with an angle of 55 degrees, which makes it perfect for calligraphy and lettering, but also for illustrations and sketches. In fact, this is how I came across this fountain pen. I was watching an amazing illustrator on Instagram and he managed to create an entire sketch just using this fountain pen. There are many things I enjoy about this fountain pen, so I hope you will watch until the end just to see how great it is. As always, if you enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel. It brings me the greatest pleasure to meet other fountain pen enthusiasts. A thumbs up for the video would be greatly appreciated. This works like the most effective confidence booster. Okay, enough is enough. As I have little to no talent for drawing or sketching, I will talk about this fountain pen from the perspective of a writing enthusiast. So, let's not waste any more time and get to business. I debated whether to show you the flimsy plastic pouch in which it came, but I decided it is worth presenting. This is because we are talking about an inexpensive fountain pen, including when it comes to packaging. This serves the purpose of protecting the pen, nothing more, nothing less. There is, however, the inherent risk of damage. Luckily, mine came intact. So, this is what you get. Everything is on Japanese, but you can see that there is also another version with a 40-degree angle. Mine is at 55. And you also have a small instruction on how to introduce the cartridge. Aside from the fountain pen, you get two cartridges from Sailor. Be aware that you can only use Sailor cartridges for this fountain pen. Alternatively, you can go online and purchase a converter, which will allow you to use any kind of ink you might want. I got mine from Amazon and paid around €8 for it. It serves its purpose without any problems. I really like that I can fill the fountain pen with any kind of ink, especially when practicing different types of lettering. Okay, that's it in terms of packaging and accessories. Let's move on to the pen itself. So, this is a plastic fountain pen, no doubt about it. There are no expensive materials used in the making, but somehow it does not look cheap. I went with the bamboo green color, and one of the things that I liked about it was the contrast between the green and the gold-like trims. Both the top of the cap and the bottom of the barrel are black, completing the sleek look of the fountain pen. Again, some might say that it is cheap plastic, but to me it really does not feel like this. It rather conveys the appearance of a fountain pen made for calligraphy, so that is what truly matters the most. The cap is simple, it does not have any flourishes or decorations. A screw cap needs 2 rotations and a half to come off. Unfortunately, there is no liner inside to protect the pen or prevent the ink from spilling or running out. Unlike other fountain pens, this particular one does not have a clip. It only has this tiny bump, which is meant to prevent the fountain pen from rolling off the table. We have the black at the top of the cap, followed by a gold ring, and there is another gold ring at the base, as well as the brand logo and the country of origin, Japan. The barrel, which is quite long, follows the same simple design with the black at the bottom. There is another gold ring similar to the one on the cap. The grip is black, matching the rest of the fountain pen. It is comfortable to hold and it does not feel slippery at all, even when you are writing for a longer period of time. The nib is without a doubt the most interesting part of the fountain pen. Angled at 55 degrees, it offers one the opportunity to draw or write different lines from very thin to thick. All you have to do is adjust the angle at which the pen is held, but I'm going to be honest, this takes indeed a bit of practice. The nib is gold-like as well, made from stainless steel, with the Sailor logo and the MF on it. I am not sure whether you are familiar with this marking. It stands for medium and fine to explain the line variation. Let's check out the inside as well. As I mentioned before, the fountain pen works with Sailor cartridges. The alternative is the converter, which will allow you to fill the pen with various types of ink. On the converter, you can also see the Sailor logo and the country of origin, Japan. Pretty standard, nothing fancy, but it does its job without any issues. And look, you can also see the shimmer in my ink. I want to return to the cap for a minute just to mention that you can post it should you want to. In my opinion, the fountain pen is long enough already. Adding the cap makes it ridiculously long. So I prefer using the pen without it. One thing I noticed though, the fountain pen seems to be better balanced when the cap is posted. In the end, it all depends on your personal preference. I am still a beginner when it comes to calligraphy and lettering, so I needed a bit of time to get used to the bent nib of this pen. But I really love it, it is such a smooth writing instrument and I enjoy its line variations quite a lot. I know that some people have complained of this pen scratching the paper. My personal experience is quite the opposite, the nib is smooth on paper, it glides just like butter. Now, depending on the angle at which the pen is held, you might also notice that we have a juicy fountain pen. Excellent flow even when in reverse. And another great thing, it does not dry out, not even after a couple of days sitting on the desk. That is great considering that the cap does not have that protective liner. So let me show you what this curvy nib can do. I have inked it with golden lapis from Pelikan Edelshine, so it is ready to use. I will try different types of lettering, hope I will manage to show you what this fountain pen can do. You will see that the fountain pen is capable of a wide range of line thickness, from very thin to thick. But yes, it does require a bit of practice, you just have to keep adjusting the angle and notice how it writes. So, we have a Sailor fountain pen with a Fude nib. Angle is 55 degrees. You can notice how broad it is because I have held the pen in a particular way. Should I hold it like this, it already writes thinner. Let's see a bit of reverse as well. Okay, it does its job, not very well, but it does. As I said, the angle at which you hold the fountain pen determines the line thickness. Just watch. And I hope you can also see the shimmer in this fountain pen ink, because it really is beautiful. Basically, with this fountain pen, when the nib is parallel with the paper, it will have a thicker line with more ink flowing. However, when the angle is steep, the line will be finer. And I think this is such a cool thing. When you angle the fountain pen just right, it gushes so much ink at once. I really enjoy this. With the steep angle, you can practice thinner lines, having the best of both worlds. Let me just show you my name, because I really like how it looks when I write with this pen. As I said, this is such a perfect pen for calligraphy and also for practicing different types of lettering. really beautiful. And so smooth on the page, really smooth. So, here we have a pen for which we are paying around 16–17 euro. Of course, you can also add the price of the converter to this. For this price, in my opinion, you are getting an excellent fountain pen, which is perfect not only for lettering and calligraphy, but also for sketches and illustrations. It has an excellent price-quality ratio, especially when compared to other fountain pens that have specialized nibs. I also feel that it is a good idea for beginners, but you will have to be patient and practice with it until you master all the different line variations. The smoothness of the nib is probably one of the strong points of the fountain pen. I really like how it glides on paper. It is a light fountain pen, which means that it is comfortable to hold for extended periods. As I said, mine does not scratch the paper. I am quite satisfied with it. I have also heard about these fountain pens having an inconsistent flow. Mine does not have this issue, on the contrary. Yes, it does take some time to get used to the nib, but the reward is worth it. Some might find the body to be too thin, especially if you prefer a more substantial grip, but for me it's just fine. I have been practicing different types of lettering and calligraphy, and it is definitely a fun writing instrument. I will continue to experiment with it as well as with new inks. I like the fact that it accepts any kind of ink. My personal preference is a shimmering, as it looks so great in the broader strokes. I forgot to show you the ink. This is what I have used today. This is the golden lapis from the Edelstein collection of Pelikan. If you look a bit on the bottom, you can see the shimmer. And here as well. Always with these things, before using them, give them a good shake. I'm so glad I gave this fountain pen a try, because it truly is a unique writing instrument, perfect for writing, not to mention calligraphy or lettering. If you like sketching or you have a talent for illustrating, then it is definitely worth trying. I have seen some beautiful works of art created with it. Sailor is a brand that has captured my interest. I will have to see what else they have to offer. Do you have a particular recommendation from this brand? If yes, please let me know. I would really love to hear your opinion. This is where I invite you to be part of my community, as we share a common passion, fountain pens. You can easily subscribe to my channel so that you can keep up to date with my reviews. Also, if you have questions or comments, please feel free to ask. I will be more than pleased to hear from you. That's it for today. Thanks for being here and watching my videos. Until next time, keep your pens inked.